All right, so we are now recording the presentation, and let's go ahead and get started. This is the graduate student orientation. Again, my name is David Rodriguez, and I'll be your presenter. So let's go ahead and get started with our mission statement, the university mission statement. It's important to know what we stand for. Well, California Intercontinental University offers relevant, in-demand, accredited online program designed to enhance each student's professional career. CIU is committed to equip the next generation of business professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs with the confidence, qualifications, and competence to succeed in the global business community and economy. Our mission pillars, it's important to know what our mission pillars are and how do they pertain to you. So our personal pillar, right? Well, you receive personalized education, personalized support from other students, faculty, alumni, and of course, the administrative people and your student services enrollment advisor, as well as your student services advisor. Accessible, well, you have access to your course room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? And we have students from all around the globe. Entrepreneurial spirit, the pillar. We provide you with the tools, right? Like this presentation, orientation. We guide you. We ensure that you have all the tools, the login credentials to your course, and then you are going to then manage your program, right? So make sure that you are aware that this is going to be an independent program where you're going to be working independently. However, know that you have a lot of support here with the university, as well as your instructor and your advisors. And just know that this program is going to be aspirational but also challenging. Okay, let's talk about the agenda, right? So what are we going to be talking about today in our orientation? Well, first, we're going to start off by welcoming all of you, the global business leaders. We're going to talk about the learning logistics of online, course registration. We're going to be talking about attendance, review your course outline for your first week of class. We're going to talk about APA formatting, very important to graduate students. Talk about textbooks,
testing,
title for a bookshelf. We're going to go into a tutorial, right, to show you what your actual course room looks like. Review resources and information. And then lastly, end our presentation with a Q&A. But before I move on to the next slide, I do want to acknowledge that we also have one of your future instructors, Dr. Lamont Rouse. Dr. Rouse, if you can hear me, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Dr. Lamont Rouse. I am a chair, and I'm teaching the doctoral program. I'm looking forward to working with each of you. The main thing I want to just, before you get going, is just give you the first bit of advice that I always like to tell people, which is a good dissertation is one that's done. If you try to be all things to all people all the time, you will not finish this program. It's all about being focused, having a research question or questions, having a specific area that you want to focus in on, and then really sort of driving those things home, those areas of expertise, those narrow bits of knowledge where you're really gaining depth on that right from the very beginning, because that will help you transition. And my last bit of comments is 2 or 3 things. One is I want you to recognize that the first terms or two, it is a transition into a doctoral program. So just sort of take it as it is. Recognize that the curriculum sort of is going to guide you a little bit. But then once you finish the course sequence and you move into the dissertation sequence, it's important to recognize that at that point in time, you are a doctoral candidate, and you really have to sort of demonstrate that leadership to help you get through the program. And of course, we're always here to be here with you. We're real. we exist. We definitely will always respond to you. So those are my opening comments, and I'll be here for the whole session.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rouse.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move forward with our first slide here. All right, so again, welcome, just like Dr. Rouse mentioned, right? So welcome aboard, welcome global business leaders. Thank you for taking the time to attend CIU's orientation today. We will be preparing you for this new and exciting academic journey. Know that the commitment that you have made is not something that we take lightly. We are very proud that you are with us. The expectations are high. It will be challenging at times, but we believe in you and in your abilities to succeed. So again, congratulations on this new academic journey. All right, so our first area to review is the learning logistics of online, right? So this is an online business school. So what do we need? First and foremost, we definitely need to ensure that we have a reliable computer and reliable internet connectivity, right? We also need to make sure that we do have a webcam and a microphone external headset. This is going to be required as both in the MBA program in your 5th course and in the DBA in your 8th course. You will be required to take the proctored exam. So we definitely do need a webcam and microphone or external headset. We need a Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint to be able to submit your assignments. You're going to be utilizing PowerPoint for some presentations as well as Excel. If you don't have these programs, don't worry, CIU has you covered. As a student here at CIU, you will be receiving a Microsoft email address or university email address in which you are able to download Microsoft Office. The recommended browser is Google Chrome, and you are also going to be utilizing Adobe Acrobat Reader to view PDFs. A lot of our supplemental material, like the syllabus, external material, are all in PDF, so we're going to be able to need a Adobe Acrobat Reader. And lastly, I want to mention in the technology requirements that at any time during your program here at CIU, if you ever need any technical support, this help desk email address is going to be the key to resolving any issues you have here at CIU. All you need to do is email helpdesk@caluniversity.edu. That sends an immediate email to our help desk department or our IT department with a reference number to solve any of the issues that you have. Hopefully that does not happen, but as you know, with technology, even though we've come a long way, there's a lot of things that are out of our control, right? So just keep that in mind. We have you covered, and it's just a great way also to keep track or document some of your issues that you're having over the weekend, let's say. All right, so hopefully everyone okay with technology requirements? Let me know if you have questions, chime in or input them in the chat box. Okay, let's talk about the websites, right? So you are going to be utilizing 2 websites. The first one is the student portal, or as we like to call it, the administrative headquarters. In this website, you'll be able to retrieve your degree audit. You'll be able to view your schedule, right? So what courses am I taking? Your grades, so important to always track your grades at the end of every single term. Your account information, you can also make a payment online, right? Update your personal information, and upon the completion of your first course, you can also request your student ID card. So this is the first website. The second website is the Learn Center. So this is the learning platform. We utilize Moodle as a content management system. And in this website, you'll all be able to access your actual course room. You'll also be able to access the Student Resource Center. You'll access the Writing Center, get support in the Math Lab. You'll also have access to the LIRN through this website or your online library, the Library Information Resource Network. That's the acronym, LIRN. And then lastly, VeriCite Plagiarism Scanner, which is a great tool for graduate students, which we're going to be covering in the tutorial. So again, keep in mind 2 things, 2 websites, Student Portal and Student Learn Center. And if your enrollment is complete, you can access both websites today. So you're going to have to go through the onboarding with myself or Eddie. All right, academic calendar. So there are 8 terms in 1 year, right? And we're going to be starting in term 1, and our first day of class is January 7th. I just kind of want to let you guys see what that looks like, how the terms break down. So term 1, you start your program. It starts on Monday, January 7th, 6 weeks, ends on Sunday, February 17th, and then right after that Sunday, the next day, you start with your second class, term 2. There are some term breaks within the year, but it's great to know when the terms start and when the terms end. Okay, now let's talk about course registration. So you will be registered automatically in the order of the program matrix that you enrolled in. Master's degree, there are 12 courses with a total of 36 credits. The master's degree is composed of 8 core courses and 4 specialization courses. The doctorate degree is 20 courses or 60 credits, composed of 10 core courses, 5 specialization courses and a CCA, and lastly, 5 dissertation courses. During the first week of the term, you'll be able to adjust your schedule by adding or dropping a course. All schedules changes must be completed during week 1 per university policy. So basically, it's just standard across all universities during the first couple of weeks in semesters, or here the terms are 6 weeks. You can be able to adjust your schedule. After that, you're locked in that course. So make sure that if you want to make changes, any changes in scheduling, let your advisor know, myself or Eddie, or email someone in the administration to support you. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the registration or the credits. Okay, move forward with our next slide. Okay, let's talk about attendance, right? That's very important. You may be thinking, this is an online program. How do you guys track attendance? Am I supposed to be logged in a few hours a day in the website? That's not the case. The program is designed to be flexible. However, we do monitor weekly attendance, right? So what does that mean? What does attendance require? What is attendance requirement? Well, the attendance includes submitting an academic assignment, taking an exam, or posting a course form in your course. It also includes logging in without participation is not attendance, right? So if you're logging into your Learn Center, but you're not submitting any work or posting, that's not triggering attendance. So you need to make sure that you are actively participating. So attendance is not logging into your course without active participation or participating in academic counseling or advisement. So just keep that in mind. As long as you're fulfilling your weekly requirements, right, your discussion post, your weekly assignments, the attendance will meet itself. You need to ensure that you are logging every single week. For new students, non-participation in week 1 will result in cancellation. So again, the courses are broken down into 6 weeks, and every week, or for example, on January 7th, the first week pertains to Unit 1. In that Unit 1, you'll have some weekly tasks that you need to complete that first week. As long as you complete your weekly assignments, the attendance will meet itself. Keep that in mind. Any Dr. Hess or Dr. Rouse, do you guys want to chime in on attendance?
Vice President Hess, did you have any comments? I guess what I would suggest relative to attendance is that certainly, look, each week there are specific assignments that are due. What's important for you to figure out is it really is the larger structure of your own time management, when it is you want to sort of do the readings, when you want to sort of sketch out what it is you want to writing, and then of course the most important part, which is editing. Over the first term, I really try to stress to students to first figure out their time management skills and how they're going to dedicate time to the degree. I think one of the things that I think one of my messages that I send to first-term students all the time is that while we emphasize convenience, the main thing that's convenient is that you don't have to go look for parking on a campus. Other than that, you're still going to have to manage your time effectively to make sure that you dedicate appropriate time relative to your assignments. The other thing I also try to emphasize for students relative to attendance is you need to figure out those spots and areas where you study best, where you write best, where you learn best. For example, when I was a doctoral student, when I tried to do work in my own home, I wasn't necessarily effective. That doesn't necessarily mean you won't be effective in your own condo, but for me, I wasn't. But yet, when I went to, say, I would hang out at a Panera Bread, or there's actually a local Dunkin' Donuts right around the corner, and I would suddenly become extremely effective and efficient. In my own condo, I was very distracted by little things. Maybe something was on TV, other little items and ends. But again, you need to find those places. So maybe it's a library. Maybe there's a place where you really sort of find your comfort zone. What I'm arguing is that different learners are very sensitive to time and space and situations on their effectiveness. And if you can do that, then that's usually one of the tricks to succeeding in the program.
Yeah, and I'd like to agree with Dr. Lamont on that. He's definitely correct. You need to find a place in a space where you can be you and study well. But also, there's a matter of routine as well. It's important to establish a routine where you log into your class every week. You participate in the discussion forum every week. You submit your work roughly on schedule every week. So you kind of train yourself into falling into a rhythm that is conducive to doing well in school. So my advice is, if you can combine those two things, coming up with Lamont's advice and coming up with a rhythm for a class that works for you, you're going to do pretty well.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Lamont Rouse and Dr. Stephen Hess. Definitely. Time management, having a rhythm, routine is very conducive to your productivity and ensuring that you complete your work on time. Great feedback. All right. So I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a outline for first week of each of the programs, the MBA as well as the DBA. So as you can see here in the MBA program, the first course is Marketing 517, and I kind of just give you a little bit of an outline of what you will be required to do. I know we do have an MBA student here. So for week one here, as you can see, January 7th, what am I required to do, right? Well, the first thing that you need to do on day one is complete your biography statement, an informal introduction of yourself to get to know your peers, right? And also, this is a business school, right? So start networking. For this week, you also have to read chapters 1 and 2. You're going to be viewing your online lesson presentations, and you'll also be participating in the discussion question. Discussion question is very important. Many of you, if you've attended online, you understand that there are forums in online courses, and that's how you get participation points. CIU is not different. So what we do is, or how the way that you're going to be receiving participation points is that every single week for every single program in course that you are in at CIU, there will be a discussion question. The discussion question will be centering around those weekly reading assignments, supplementary material, videos, right? And your instructor is going to be posting that initial discussion question. You are going to respond to that discussion question, and then you will be responding to 2 other classmates for a total of 3 posts to receive full participation points. And again, that's going to be every single week for every single course of your program. The discussion question per week is 150 words minimum, so keep that in mind. And then in this MBA program, in this first week, you have your first assignment is the project milestone. And I did want to include the amount of pages, so it's 2 pages of APA, or written in APA formatting. And then lastly, in this MBA program or this course, the course textbook is here. Just in case you would like to purchase your own hard copy, we provide you with the electronic version, but some of you like the tangible textbook, hold it in your hand for easy reference. There's the book requirement.
Yes, get a real book. You want to smell the book. This idea of just electronic books, and please, that's just me, okay? But please, get a real book if you can, too.
Thanks, Dr. Rouse. All right. And for the doctorate program, your first course is a DBA GRC 600, Doctoral Academic Study in Writing. And for the first week, all your DBA students, you will also have to post your biography statement on day 1. You will be reading chapters 1 through 3, right? You will be submitting a syllabus quiz. These are easy points. After all, you should be reviewing the syllabus, and we're going to be talking about that during the tutorial. You're going to be reviewing a lecture on deductive, inductive, and abductive reasoning. These are videos. You're going to be participating in voting activities, the discussion questions. You're going to be submitting your first assignment, the project milestone 1, with a total of 4 pages of content. APA formatting requires a cover page and reference page, so upon the submission, it's going to be a total of 6 pages. And then lastly, in week 1, you will be watching a video and submitting your blog post. Now, per Dr. Rao's recommendation, the physical textbook information is here in case you need it. And as you can see here, that's basically your week 1 outline. I know it seems like it's a lot of those things I just need to review. And again, I'm going to show you what your course looks like as well, so you actually can see what those tasks look like. Any feedback on this outline, Dr. Hess, Dr. Rouse?
Yes, this is where rhythm is really important. Once you engage week 1, you're going to see these various little tasks like David talked about. They're going to be due during the week, and you're going to have to do them. So my advice is this. Work on a weekly calendar. Know which days you're going to turn in your discussion question or do your voting or turn in your essay. And set that up on your calendar each week and stick to it. And if you can do that, that'll make timing and getting stuff in on time much easier.
That's right. I concur with Dr. Hess. He is completely right. These kinds of assignments, they, for the most part, occur week in and week out. So you'll get a sense of how much time it takes for you to sort of plan, prep, and execute each assignment. When it comes to the required text, you know, again, while I state you can get the book if you want to, certainly this book, I would certainly get. The other book I'm going to recommend to you that is not necessarily in the curriculum at this point, but I really do feel as though it is an institutional book that you should get, is a book on APA. And so you definitely want to get the APA handbook. You can usually find those used on Amazon or something like that for, $20, probably less than that. That book will become your resource as you move through the program. When it comes to writing, you know, I always say, again, one of my first weeks, I usually say, when in Spain, you speak Spanish. When in France, you speak French. When in doctoral education, you speak APA. We utilize this method of communication as a way to signal to others that we are learned, that we are part of the discourse community of academic scholars. So those are just my comments, additional comments on the weekly assignments.
Sounds good. Thank you, both Dr. Hess and Dr. Rouse, for your feedback. Absolutely. All right, so we're halfway through the orientation. It's flying by because it's such great information, right? So we've talked already. We introduced ourselves. Welcome to Global Business Leaders. We went through the online logistics, course registration. We talked about attendance and course outlines. And now we're halfway through the APA. Next slide is on APA. Let me know if you have any questions thus far. Again, you can utilize the chat box, or you can also use your devices.
Yeah, also, there is an APA style guide available for free at the Writing Center. It comes in PDF format, and it covers a lot of the basic stuff that every student will face in APA. So if you want a copy, just drop into the Writing Center, pick it up, and it's there for you to use.
And it is very good, so please do that immediately.
There you go. I concur. All right, so if there's no questions, we're going to go ahead and move forward. And if you don't want to maybe put your question in the chat box or chime in, please feel free to email me as well. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. All right, so now we're in the slide of APA formatting. So what is APA, right? So it's a style, writing style, and format for academic documents. It stands for American Psychological Association. This is just, I'm not going to be reading it, but this is basically one of the many definitions, right? But like Rao says, scholarly writing, it facilitates the clear communication of ideas and information, and it simplifies the tasks of publishers, editors, authors, and readers. Now, if you are a little taken back because perhaps APA is completely new to you and you're saying, what are they talking about? CIU has you covered. We actually will provide you with an APA template in Word. See how easy this is. We already formatted the document for you. All you need to do is actually download it and use it, right? So it's embedded in your course, most of your courses, or actually all of your courses, and it's also available to you in the Writing Center, as well as the Student Resource Center. And basically, it's already formatted for you, as you can see here. All you need to do once you start your first assignment, you put in your title here, right? You put in your name, and you fill in the rest, right? So this template is already there for you to access, right? But like Dr. Hess said, there's a style guide as well in the Student Resource Center, which I'm going to show you. So I hope that showing you this APA template made you feel a little bit better about APA. All right. So where are we here? All right, so that was APA. Let's talk about the textbook. So we do utilize VitalSource Bookshelf. All of your textbooks are going to be embedded in your course or the link. As a new student, you will have to create an account with VitalSource Bookshelf. And this account will be used throughout the rest of your program. The Vital Bookshelf application can be downloaded to your smartphones, tablets, and desktop. And they do offer the ability to read books offline. I always like to share my personal experience with VitalSource Bookshelf. I downloaded that on my phone, on the app, and some of the publishers allow for the audio, so you can listen to the textbook on your way to work, on your commute, or maybe possibly when you're exercising, whatever the case may be. But VitalSource, the application does have a lot of great tools and resources to ensure that you have a better enhanced experience. So keep that in mind, download that application. And then, also for those of you who want to actually purchase your own hard copy, then you have a copy as well. Any insights, Dr. Rouse or Dr. Hess, on textbooks?
No, I think VitalSource is a great application.
Yeah, well, I'll chime in really quick. Your textbooks are provided to help you learn about a topic. What's great about textbooks is that it consolidates a whole bunch of different types of data and information into one single book. So my advice is take advantage of the book and realize the book is giving you a summary or a grand overview of what you're supposed to be learning, or at least getting the right ideas about. Is it the end all of the topic? No, no book is complete. But however, the books that we provide will give you a good foundational understanding of the topic you're engaging. So don't be afraid, crack them open, at least in a virtual sense, and read them. They're well worth it.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so that was a textbook, and we talked about the resources, and we talked about websites. So now I'm going to go and give you an actual tutorial of what that looks like. This way, when you log in to the websites and start exploring the websites, you can actually or have already viewed some of the information. All right, so the first website that we talked about was the student portal. So here it is. And you can access both of the websites. I'm going to show you actually so you know. We'll send you the links. However, you can access them via the Cal University EDU website. And let's see, we're waiting for it to download. But just know that we do provide you both of the links with your login credentials via email upon the completion of the onboarding with your advisor. But you have access to them through the university website if it downloads here. All right, I'll show you. We'll wait for it to download. All right, so this is the student portal, right? That's what we like to call it, the administrative headquarters. It's a lot of your personal information. A couple things that I do want to highlight on the left-hand side here, you can see me, is the academics tab, very important. Do your degree audit, always ensure that you're taking the right courses. Do your class schedule, what course am I scheduled in, what course will I be scheduled in for next term. GPA calculator, always ensure that you maintain a 3.0, excuse me. So you always need to make sure that you maintain a 3.0 for graduate students. And your grades, always track your grades after the completion of every single course. Go back to student portal and ensure that your grade is posted. Under your profile, if you ever need to update your information, I know we get that asked a lot by students, select my profile, click on my information, and then you'll be able to access your information as well as update. Your email address, your home address, phone numbers. Make sure that you always keep us updated. Your finances, view your account information. You can make a payment. View your T98 when that time comes around. In this link in the forms, you'll be able to, the official forms is where you'll be able to request an ID card. And then lastly, to access the Learn Center, here's one way. You can go to Learn Center here and then click on the link here. Just make sure that you disable your pop-up blockers. So you can access the Learn Center through the portal, or you can access the Learn Center via the university website now that it's downloaded. Log in here, select My Classes and My Student Portal. So both websites are here. Okay, so this is the student portal. Next, we're going to go to the Student Learn Center, so where you'll actually be able to access your course room. So upon logging into your to your Learn Center, the first thing that you're greeted with is a question. What time is it? And why is that important? Well, the official time zone for California Intercontinental University is Pacific Standard Time. So assignments and due dates do reflect Pacific Standard Time. So please do ensure that you plan accordingly to submit your work on time. We know we have students from all around the globe. Let's make sure that all of your submissions are submitted on time. All right, so I'm logged in. It's January 7th. Where should I view my course? There are two ways you can access your course. One way is by clicking on this menu icon in the top left-hand corner. Under My Courses here, you should see your first course. Again, master's degree, you'll see Marketing 517. Doctorate level students, you'll see GRC 600. Second way you can access your course is by scrolling down under My Courses. You'll also be able to see your courses down here. For the purposes of this orientation, I have pulled up a GRC 600 course. And here, let me scroll all the way up. This is the GRC 600 course, Doctoral Academic Study in Writing, right? So a couple things I want to mention before we dig into the course room and show you what that looks like, which I've mentioned to you already. This program is designed to be flexible. So this course room is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is an asynchronous program, meaning that there is no specific date or time that you need to be logging in. So, in addition to that, once you have access to your course on January 7th, not only do you have access to your first week of the course, but you have access to the entire 6 weeks or all 6 units. So take advantage of that. You can definitely plan ahead, review ahead, and ensure that you schedule yourself out to ensure that you complete all assignments on time. All right, so let's review the course. First section here in the GRC 600 course under announcements and important messages. The new student orientation highlights, just some of the things that we talk about today. The announcement and help forum, this is an open forum to you, your peers, and your instructor, where you can ask questions regarding curriculum, Learn Center, and course. Some important information, keep scrolling down, GRC 600, syllabus, textbook, and materials. This section is very important. Your syllabus, right? This is going to be your guide to success in the course. Please ensure that you review this important course information to understand the flow and the expectations of the class. I'm just going to click on it very quickly here so I can give you kind of an overview of what that looks like. So it's a PDF. You can download it. You can save it. And it's very important that you do review the syllabus. Most of you have already been in college before, so you understand that for every course in college you have a syllabus. It's just going to give you a better understanding and the foundation of the course. So that's the syllabus there. Instructor information, this is where you'll be able to view your instructor's information, how you should be expecting to communicate, view their policies and the contact. This is where you see Dr. Hess's information, Dr. Rouse's information, right? Textbook, we talked about that the course textbook is embedded in your course room. This is the link here. Very easy to access your textbook. All you need to do is select the link. It's going to prompt you to vitalsource.com. You input your email here. You'll select continue. Takes a few additional fill-in boxes. Fill out and complete your account with the VitalSource bookshelf, and then you have access to your textbook. Rubrics for project milestones. How are you going to be graded? How do I ensure that I get a good grade? Review the rubrics here for your project milestones. Very important. The last section here is the APA-SA template and example references, right? So this is the template that I showed you. And right up below that is the APA style guide, right? Understand the APA rules and examples here. And download that, save it. All right, additional resources. One additional resource that I always like to share with students is Grammarly. It just makes your life so much easier. So Grammarly is a writing enhancement platform that assists you with proofreading, with plagiarism. It assists you with scholarly writing. It just helps you write better, more comprehensively. Has a thesaurus. It helps you eliminate unnecessary verbiage. You get a free premium account just by being a CIU student. All you need is a university email. So make sure that if you are trying to access your Grammarly account or trying to create your account, that you already have your university email information. When you go through the onboarding with myself and Eddie, at that point we send requests for help desk to send you your university email address. So look in your inbox for that information. And that pretty much sums up the first section. Any input from Dr. Hess or Dr. Rouse on the information in the course?
Yes, Grammarly comes in two different forms. There's an online application, which is great for use with tablets, and there's a plugin for Microsoft Word. So if you're like me and you like to use Microsoft Word, you definitely want to download the plugin when you sign up for Grammarly. It's a wonderful addition to Word. Also, if you're an Android buff and you'd like to have applications instead, using their online app is excellent. It does all the same things as a plugin does. It's just a matter of how you want to use it. And but to be perfectly honest, I'm a fan of Microsoft Word and the plugin. It's just wonderful, and I would not use Word without it.
I agree. Grammarly is a fantastic tool. It really does enhance your writing. I have some more subtle comments on how to use Grammarly effectively, but I'll wait till you get to my course for that.
Thank you, Dr. Rouse. Thank you, Dr. That's great information. All right, so this is just some course announcements here. And now we really are going to go into the meat of the course, right? A lot of you you're probably thinking, enough, you have given me a lot of information. I actually want to see what the actual requirements are. So this is unit 1, right, of your course. If you're an MBA student, your course room will look very similar structure. So for the Unit 1, it starts off with Unit 1 activities, or the learning outcomes, right? So you have your CLOs, which is your course learning outcomes, and then you have your university learning outcomes. And again, it tells you what chapters you're going to be reading. For this one, you're going to be reading chapters 1 through 3, right? We talked about your biography statement, introduce yourself to class. That's one of the first things you're going to do, introduce yourself. These are some of the key things that you should include in your biography statement. Your instructors, like Dr. Hess and Dr. Rouse, will love to get to know you and read about all of your great key professional experiences and your academic experiences, your awards, and why you want to pursue this degree. So make sure that you include that in your biography. Here is the Unit 1 quiz syllabus. Make sure that you get those points for reviewing the syllabus. Then we get into some multimedia videos, the lectures here. View the videos. It will help you understand the concepts. I'm a visual learner. Dr. Rouse mentioned about understanding how best ways you learn in mornings, or identify what time of day you learn better, right? I'm a morning person. I like to read in the mornings. I like to digest the information in the morning, but I also am a visual person, so these videos really help me understand the concepts much better. So these are the videos for you here. The voting activity, you watch this video and then you submit your voting here by clicking on this voting be heard here. Very simple, very straightforward. Then we get to the Unit 1 discussion questions that we talked about, right? In order to receive those participation points, we're going to be engaging in that discussion forum. So again, this is the question here, right? For example, it tells you to explain your voting choice using the concepts from the book and video. Provide an argument justifying your voting choice utilizing at least 2 pieces of evidence or concepts from the video and or book. So that's the initial discussion, discussion question, right? You will answer that question, post it in the forum, and then you are going to respond to 2 other peers or 2 other classmates in the class. Make sure that your comments are substantive, right, to get full participation points. Next, you have your project milestone for this first week, the doctorate course. Here's all the information that you need to ensure that you complete the assignment, providing you with a little mini outline that can help you organize your essay, and to confirm, make sure that you fulfill all the requirements, which is 4 pages, right? That's 4 pages of content, bonus points, because you include that cover page and the reference page with 4 pages. So it's 1 cover page, 4 pages of content, and then 1 reference page. And then lastly, in this first week, you have a video here on how to write an introduction in case you need some support. For this first week, your unit blog. You watch the videos and you submit your blog. So again, as you can see here, everything that you are required to do, all of those tasks are located in each of those weekly units. Once you finish that, you're done for the week. Let's say I get everything done by Saturday. Well, I'm done Sunday. I can just enjoy my weekend, take some time off, review, go back and ensure that everything is posted. And then we can start fresh the following week on Monday. Any feedback on the first week from the students, Dr. Hess or Dr. Rouse?
Dr. Rouse?
I was gonna. Sure. I was waiting for you, Dr. Hess. The first week, basically, really get into it. I'm a big believer that since you have access to all 6 weeks, I'm a big believer in skim reading through the first 3 weeks. Obviously, you're going to do a serious read as you go through the first week, but skim reading all your projects initially, particularly utilizing the syllabus and to go through each week's projects. I think that helps you sort of allows you sort of subconscious to frame what's about ready to come, the sort of workload as you move through the projects. That's certainly a tactic that I've seen used well, and students that do that tend to succeed. But for the most part, get your bio up in that first week and move forward.
Yeah, and I agree with Dr. Roos. A lot of this class is just being ready for what's coming. So there's really no substitute for looking a couple weeks ahead, making up a calendar or at least a to-do list or a laundry list of things that you have to work on to make sure you can get through the first few weeks and get that rhythm established and know what's due each week. The good thing about this course is the stuff due each week is fairly regular. Every week there's a discussion question. Every week there's a voting question. Every week there's the same pieces like every other week. So once you have 1 week down, you'll know what the flow will be for next week's. So just make sure you know the content for the following weeks and you'll be in much better shape.
That's right. And I think at least in the first course, the only asymmetrical assignment is the Unit 2 where you have to do a YouTube video in week 2. Is that correct, Dr. Hess?
Yes.
Well, other than that, all the rest of the weeks have a very sort of symmetrical approach.
Yeah, you'll find that it's almost repetitive in a strange way. And the idea is to make sure that you're working on, topics and ideas in a way that's predictable and comfortable for you. And once you hit that rhythm, you see that, and you hit your stride, you'll be much better off.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great feedback, absolutely.
Boy, these students are pretty quiet. What kind of doctoral students are they? Come on. Where's the questions? You can't be afraid of us yet. What's going on?
Maybe you're doing such a great job with the information that you've answered all the questions. But yeah, please feel free to ask questions if you have them.
No questions yet.
Sounds good. Okay. Thanks, Mo. All right. So
I think the information is really helpful.
Great.
I just want to say I think that the information is really good, and I'm really glad to see so many extra tools to help us do well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. And Dr. Roos and Dr. Hess really help us provide such great wealth of knowledge, and they're teaching the courses, and then so they can be able to provide it with such more information. Okay, and then Michael says that he's been doing online classes for the last 10 years, so he knows the routine. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. All right, so this is your virtual course room, right? So let's view what's in the student resources, right? So up on this link here, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see. Student resources, you'll be able to view your math lab, writing center, the CIU YouTube channel, and the student resource center, which is very important. So we're going to click on the student resource center. And I'm not going to be covering everything just because of time, but again, you'll have access to this website prior to your first day of class, so you'll be able to then navigate the website, get familiar with some of the resources that are located here, right? But the one thing that I am going to cover, just because we're running out of time here, we're cutting it close, is I'm going to scroll down in the student resources to the VeriCite plagiarism scanner because it's very important. Just know that all of your submissions, when submitted, they will be automatically scanned through the VeriCite plagiarism scanner. The university has a 15% threshold, meaning that you have to ensure that all of your submissions have less than 15% of plagiarism detection. Now, as a student myself, and going to undergraduate and MBA as well, I know that's one thing that we want to make sure that we want to avoid, or we may be a little nervous about, because a lot of times we don't necessarily mean to plagiarize, but we make mistakes, right? How do you avoid that? This VeriCite plagiarism scanner that is found located in the student resources is for you to access and upload your document, scan your document to ensure that you have less than 15% upon the submission to your instructor. So this VeriCite plagiarism scanner here, this link, is for you to be able to review your document. This is not submitting it to your instructor. okay? And the way that you upload is very simple. You select verify plagiarism scan. It's going to prompt you to this page here. You're going to put your title and you're going to drag and drop or browse the file. You're going to upload your document, right? Once you've completed the draft. And it's going to scan it, right? It's going to provide you with a report with a percentage, and it'll highlight the sections on your document that may have found some plagiarism. Let's say, for example, that when you upload it here, you got a 25%. Well, you know they're going to have to go back and review and edit your document, right? Make sure that you give credit to the original author, or maybe you didn't quote correctly, or you didn't cite correctly. So make those edits, ensure that you have less than 15%, and then you can go back and submit to your instructor. Any feedback on this? You want to chime in, Dr. Hess or Dr. Rose?
Yes, right above the scanner link, you know, the link that Dave clicked on to take you here, you'll see a video. That video will show you how to use the scanner, explains a lot about the results and how to read the scan results. So if you want to learn about this tool, watch the video and that will get you going.
I concur, Doctor.
Perfect. Yep. So again, you will have access to this way before you start class. So view the video, get yourself familiar with this tool. It's going to be very important to ensure your success. And I do want to go over this question from Gloria Atiani. For the YouTube assignment or project for week 2, are we supposed to be showing our face or just for any topic we are presenting? Thanks. Dr. Roos or Dr. Hess, do you want to respond to this question?
I'll let Dr. Hess take this.
Yeah, there's 2 answers to your question. Okay, the first answer is it's up to you. If you want to put yourself on the screen and be the presenter, go for it. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But if you're the type who likes to narrate through slides and other things, you may maybe not be visible, but you're heard and your actions are seen on the screen by using the mouse and the marker like Dave does and stuff like that, that's okay too. So you're going to have to choose a mode of presenting which you're comfortable with and go with it. Does that help?
Yeah. And the one thing I would say, again, this is really long-term forecasting, but when you get to your final dissertation defense, I know I'm projecting your 2 years, 3 years down the line, you will be doing your final oral defense live in a setting just like this, where you're where we're all sort of connected at the same time, where you will narrate literally live your PowerPoint and your dissertation to your committee. So I think this is sort of an early sort of foreshadowing of what's going to occur towards the end of your doctoral program.
Yeah, and one follow-up thing, Dave, just really quick. This is important because when you go to school and when you do your project and you graduate and you go back into the real world, the places you're going to go and the organizations you're going to work with are going to expect you to talk to them, you know, present stuff, share stuff with them. So my advice is get the practice here before you go out into the real world and start, you know, showing your stuff off out there.
Absolutely, I agree. All right, great feedback. Thank you very much. All right, so that being said, we're going to go back to our PowerPoint presentation and wrap it up with the last portion of our orientation here. You're very welcome, Gloria. All right, so our last portion of our orientation is resources and information. Assistance and support. If your last name is A through K, your executive student service advisor will be Eddie Hernandez. He is our senior advisor here. And here's his information, his direct line, his text number. If your last name is L through Z, this is my contact information here, my direct line, my text number. We also have additional support by Brett Gaines. He's also here and available to support you, his email address and his direct line. And then our services main line is here. In addition to phone and email, we're also available via text message and Skype. Just let us know what your best preference of communication is. Seriously, we'll literally find a way to communicate with you. If smoke signals even work for you, I mean, we'll do that. But we just really want to know, just want you to know that we are your advocates here. We want to make sure that you are successful and you have someone here to support you. So you're not going to be alone. You have assistance and support by your student services team. All right, let's talk about the Intelligent Partnership. So again, additional support here from CIU. So Pocket Confidant, Artificial Intelligence, and CIU have joined forces in this very unique partnership, right? So as a student here at CIU, you will receive an account with Pocket Confidant with an artificial intelligence coach. A lot of very successful entrepreneurs, business individuals contribute their success to a mentor or a coach, right? So as a student here, you will also receive your artificial coach. The second week of your program, you will receive an email from me to access your account and take advantage of this great resource. All right, student resources, some of the things that we talked about. So you have the Writing Center, you have Pocket Confidant, you have your Grammarly account, you have your student advisor, and then you also have the Math Lab available to you in the Student Resource Center. Now, I know we didn't cover the Writing Center and the Math Lab because of time, but again, you will have access to your account before you start the program, so you can take advantage of that and start reviewing both of those websites or those links located in your Learn Center. Staff directory here, the administrative office. If you have any questions regarding your transcript, we have Julia Mihalova. She's our assistant registrar and our transcript evaluator. She supports us with your registration. Financial aid. If your last name is A through K, you'll be working with Joanna Amaral. If your last name is L through Z, you will be working with Rita Garcia. We also have our bursar, Chandra Austin. Any questions regarding your account? As well as our student accountant, Isaac Garcia, our Writing Center director, Dr. Kirk Macon, the help desk email again, which you should definitely archive somewhere, and Admissions Live, and if you need to speak to admissions team. All right, so with that being said, I leave you with these closing remarks. First of all, I just want to mention to you all that you deserve to be here. You were accepted into this program, so believe in your abilities. Know that you're not alone. Graduate school can be a very challenging process, but it helps to know that you are going to experience many of the same ups and downs as your classmates. Challenges are going to be expected, but just keep going. This is going to be a process, so developing good research skills and understanding the jargon takes time. So be patient, you will get it, and you will be very successful. Any closing remarks from Dr. Hess or Dr. Roos?
I just want to close by wishing you well on your CIU journey. I look forward to those that are doctoral students in the first class. I teach the GRC 600, so I hope you're in my class. When you're in my class, I want you to know that I also give students access to my cell phone number, so if at any point in time if you had a question, you can always feel free to text me. I think the real value of CIU is that we are a highly engaged and interactive university. It is a university dedicated to your success. And if you are truly dedicated to the cause, which I'm sure you are, if you've gotten this far, you will succeed. So good luck. I wish you well. Have a great holiday season. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in term 1.
Thank you, Dr. Roos. Dr. Hess?
Yeah, just one thing, just follow up with Dr. Roos, is that whatever makes you passionate about what you do in life, whatever that fire is inside you that makes you want to go to school, or, whatever, work on a new project, if you're a car guy, restore a car, if you like art, to go paint, whatever it is, writing, whatever it is, make sure you take that passion and bring it to school with you. You will find that it will make the time fly by, which is kind of funny when you think about it, and it will help you succeed and excel in ways you never really thought about, because we do well on the things that we're passionate about. And if you're passionate about your education and the stuff you do here, you're going to do well, and there's just no way around it. And I wish all of you luck, and if you ever want to talk to somebody, I'm happy to listen to you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. And Thank you for those closing remarks. With that being said, now I'm going to be opening up this presentation to you all for a Q&A. It is 3:33 p.m. I know this presentation was scheduled to be over at 3:30. If you do have to go at this time, just know that I will be sending this recording out to you within 24 to 48 hours, including the PowerPoint presentation. For the rest of you that have some additional questions, please feel free to ask your questions away via your device or via the chat box.
We're happy to answer anything, honest.
Yes, feel free. I'm here.
Yeah, Gloria typed, she would like a copy of this presentation. Yes, you will get one, just like Dave says. I promise.
I just want to clarify one thing to make sure, because I've seen the outline since I'm in the MBA program. It is actually, you go like from January to September 1 year, and then you take a break and you go again January through September. Is that correct? Like 4 blocks of 3 classes?
Yeah, let's look at the calendar so you can see.
I don't think she can see the calendar, Dave.
Oh, no,
Oh,
I
that's
can't.
right.
I can't.
Oh, you can? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm just at work still, so my work blocked where I can't get on my work computer if I got on my phone.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. It's okay. So you can see my screen here, right? So this is the academic calendar for 2019, which is composed of 8 terms. So you can take up to 8 terms in 1 year. And as you can see here, the first term is from January 7th to February 17th. Then you take your second course, February 18th to March 31st. You have a 1-week break. Then you start your term 3 or your third course from Monday, April 8th, Sunday, May 19th.
Okay.
Then your fourth course is from May 20th to Sunday, June 30th. That's the first half of the calendar. You take a 1-week break from July 1st to July 7th, and then you proceed with the last 4 courses, term 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
Then there's the holiday break like we have right now, right after term 8.
Okay, and then I'll have 4 courses in 2020. Is that right?
That's correct. So in your case, yeah, absolutely. So you'll have 8 courses in 2019 and then 4 courses in 2020. And you'll be completing your 12 courses in the MBA program.
Oh, perfect. And my other question is, and I asked this, I haven't picked my specialty yet. I'm just in general, but I asked if I could pick my specialty emphasis topic later on before I start those courses, and I was told yes. Is that true? Like my emphasis, like project management or whatnot? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So as you see here, there's 8 terms. So you have those first 8 core courses to think about what you want to specialize in. Did you want to chime in, Dr. Hess?
Yeah, it's very important to pick your specialization. Just like college, when you go and you pick up your major and your minor, the same idea applies here. And you really do need to choose it by the end of the 8th term. Because if you wait beyond that, it'll delay because we won't know where to put you in the next term. So, while you're in year 1, think about it. Come up with a few and narrow down that list and say, this is what I really want to do. Call your advisor and let them know your specialization. By I'd say term 7, beginning of term 8. Get it in a few weeks early so they can set up your calendar, get you ready, and stuff like that.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great questions.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, well, I'm going back to work, so thank you so much. I'm going to log off here.
Good luck.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Halima. All right, so it is 3:38. Any other questions?
Yeah, Michael just asked a question.
Yes, it is one class per term.
Okay, well, I have a quick question as well.
Go for it.
Right, so looking at the academic calendar as well, I vaguely remember during the enrollment process hearing about semesters. Are the terms grouped into semesters? And if so, how many terms are there in a semester?
That's a good question. Typically, we don't use the word semesters, we use terms. What happens is each term you have, typically you'll go, classes will go back to back. So you go one class for 6 weeks, a second class for another 6 weeks, then you'll get a week break, and then the same with terms 3 and 4. Those classes go again, one class for term 3, a second class for term 4. Again, these are all 3 credit classes. So essentially what occurs is basically you're able to accomplish a lot more credits in a year. So that would be 12. Basically, you would have 12 credits completed by the end of June 30th, which essentially would be a semester. Then, of course, you get a week off for summer. Then you have the final 4 classes in the second half of the year, back to back to back to back. But then you do get usually a couple of weeks off after that before you move into a nice holiday break and before you move into that. So I want you to start to think in terms of terms and not semesters, but it is one class at a time, so you're able to really focus and give your attention to that course, to the course at hand.
Fine, that's
Yeah,
fine.
thank you, Dr. I know some of you want to know the semester for accounting, your package based on semesters, right? So 3 terms is 1 semester. So a semester is composed of 3 terms.